Hello everybody, my name is Spino Sale. Welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video I am going to be speed building a part series of just rebuilding Jurassic Park. It won't be like completely accurate, obviously, because obviously I'm not the best at building, as you'll see in this video. I'm not the best, like, at all, so you can't compare me to like Jurassic Tom or Evolution Square. You can't like, I will never be as good as any of them, obviously, but I can do alright sometimes, so I hope to do better the further we go on. But yeah, so I just really hope you enjoy this episode and this series of me just trying to recreate Jurassic Park. But yeah, as you can see in this little part here, I'm really struggling just to get the path in right. So eventually I just give up and do it some different way. It was quite hard because I'm working off an image. Yeah, it's like a small little map, but it's not like movie accurate. So like some of the dinosaurs on there don't show up in the movie, but they're there. So that includes like Proceratosaurus, Baryonyx, Hararosaurus, and other creatures like Stegosaurus, which wasn't in the first film, I don't think. And it's like a little bit different as well, because there's like some of it's just a bit different. But here I'm trying to like fill in this little part where the pond would be. Obviously I give up a bit, so it was a bit frustrating. So I'm adding the pond, which is obviously seen at the start of the film. But yeah, so I'm gonna add I added some shrubs in there, so it makes it look like almost like lily pads are in there. I attempted to put a path there to make it look like you can walk up them stairs, but sadly you can't. I don't know why that is, but so in this version there will be no big lake with all the dinosaurs in. So like the Brachiosaurus, the Gallimimus and the Parasaurolophus, there won't be any of them. These signs are to the east dock, because that's where it is on the map I'm working off. And that way to the visitor center. But I didn't realize like some of the design, so I thought like all the creatures will be going in that lake, but they didn't, so I just didn't do it. Here I was building the Proceratosaurus enclosure, but I wasn't completely sure on how we would end up, so I just stopped. I will end up deleting this, and I'll eventually do it again, but it don't really matter, so I'm okay with it. So I don't know what will happen with it. I'll try and have another think and stuff like that, because I don't really know what to do. So yeah, I'm looking for some fences to go around it, but I think because it's the one off the massive one, I'll do the invisible fences, as there was no fences to the park, well, in this little part. But sadly I do replace these later on, and I separate the herbivores, sadly. So later on there'll be a Parasaurolophus enclosure, a Triceratops, a Brachiosaurus and a Gallimimus. In the next episode I will be like focusing more on the tour and stuff like that, but it's not really affecting it deeply. The tour will end up running through here, like either at the start or the end, I'm not sure, but it ain't going that bad at the minute, at least. Sorry if I'm just blabbering on. What I'm doing at the minute is I'm trying to find out what Gallimimus eat, even though I turned off, like, so they can't starve. I turned that off, but I thought I'd just put some in anyway. But I couldn't find what they eat on there, so immediately thought it was ground fibre when I was very wrong. It was ground leaf. I will realise this mistake later on when I actually add the gallimimuses in. Also, something that I didn't do was didn't put fences on the actual map barrier, because I thought they would be fine, but later on I realised that it's a bit too big. So, well, not a bit too big, a bit too big in the gaps, so they can escape through it. But I fixed it off camera before I came and recorded this voiceover. But if you want to see like more of this series, then definitely let me know, because I will. And a video will be on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. At the minute, that's my goal. For my schedule. But it would be mainly on Jurassic World Evolution 2. Because I can't think of any other dinosaur games I have apart from Ark Survival Evolved, which I might do. I might do one little series on it. And yeah, I have Jurassic World Evolution 1 as well if I go back and visit some of my parks on there. I built some cool little worlds like Jurassic Desert, I did. So, but there's no desert maps, sadly, so I just took the Nublar map, and all I did was add a bit of sand, and then I put that over, so I'll definitely go and visit that eventually. At this part I'm a little bit confused on what to do next, so I always like try to think what else to do. So I always get like distracted while building, quite a lot actually. I go off and do something else while building something else. I don't do it all in one, but I really should start doing. You can see me putting down another viewing gallery here, and this was for the Brachiosaurus, but I don't put them in this episode. I start to build the enclosure, but I get a bit confused, so I don't finish it. But it's like there. But the reason why this path is going down there is to the east dock, and the tour will eventually run for it. These are the only enclosures which will have a viewing gallery, to my knowledge. But I think in the map that I'm working off, there's some Hararosaurus, so I will be placing them down in that little section that's off towards the bottom. So that's where the Hararosaurus and something else, and the Baryonyx probably, and there was another creature. I think it was the Velociraptors, but I'm not sure, so I will check the map that I'm working off of. Here I'm looking at the map at this part, trying to figure out the toll. So the map I'm working off is the Hararosaurus and the down in that little part, but so is the Velociraptor. Like, it's not down there, but it's like sort of, it's like behind the visitor centre sort of. But the dinosaurs that are on this, which wasn't in the movie, will be the Metriacanthosaurus, the Proceratosaurus, the Hararosaurus and the Baryonyx, and there's one that I can't really get the name because it's all like pixelated, and I'm not really sure what that is. So yeah, I won't be working completely off map. It won't be exactly accurate, but this will be my remake of the park. All I do know though is there's a massive river running down half of the tour, so I have to put like a little bridge over there, sort of. But the tour seems to go in two ways, but obviously you can't do that in this game, so let's go around most of it, and then where it goes two ways, I'll just make it one way. It's like hard to explain, but it's quite easy. So at the minute now I'm working on the tour. It took me ages, as you might have just seen, to put the tour down, because I was trying to figure out what way it goes and how. Here I noticed that there's a dinosaur threat, and I was wondering how it's possible. This is when I realised that the gap was too big. But yeah. So this video is actually coming to an end. So I will work on the tour in the next episode. But first I need to dense up this bit of, like, I'm going to put dense forest as it was in the film. And yeah, so kind of looks a little bit accurate, but it won't look completely accurate. But yeah, so here's a quick shot of the galleys in their cage. And yeah, so if you all enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to see more of this series, then just comment it if you do. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.